Karen, what's going on?
Hey.
I decided to do a little spin. I gave her like a 5-minute pre-warning so you could see her face. She knows what I'm about to say. But I gave her a little pre-warning that today was gonna be a little bit different. I feel like you're you're a very interesting person that you're I guess the nuance to you sometimes I find is very underrated. And I thought, what better way to end our last episode than to sort of kind of like interview you. I mean, that's not too far-fetched from how we kind of do things normally or how we used to do it when we first started.
Yeah.
Here it was kind of like me just interviewing you.
You're putting me on the spot today.
But today is going to be like an actual deep dive interview. Feel free to not answer anything you don't want to answer. Like
you don't need to give me that disclaimer.
You can literally just tell me, hey, V, I don't want to answer, or Nana, I don't want to answer that question, and I'll be very okay with that because some of them are a bit personal.
Oh. Okay.
Let's have fun with it. Let's have a great time, and let's just try to give our people as much as we can, as much energy, as much fuel, as much life as we can. Like, this is our last episode until we're back. I believe the producer said the 14th of August, but I'll double check and I'll verify. But at the end of the day, we'll be back sooner than later. And I think it's going to be a very good vibe. We might possibly switch studios and not record here anymore, just so we can have a different background. But even if we do end up still recording here, I want to do something different about the background or something. I don't know what we're going to do, switch our positions, maybe bring us to the middle, give us some kind of different background, whatever it is that makes people just really get a refreshed sense of, newness. And then maybe we can dive into what we typically normally do, talk about relationships, finance, mental health, but from a group-based perspective as opposed to just being me and you. There's something fundamental about human processing when you see other people agree or disagree with a point being made. It allows your mind to digest the conversation in a bit of a different way. I'm super excited for the interview. I feel like I'm about to get my first practice on being an interviewer today with you. Like, I'm literally sort of taking that approach and saying,
I'm curious.
I'm working on my interviewing skills, like being patient enough to allow you to talk no matter how much like something you say might excite me or might make me want to say something, just learning how to have strong cadences, keep eye contact at necessary moments, not cut you off, things like that, along that nature. Anyway, let's not waste too much time, Karen. Let's just get right into it, man. I'm going to start off with the very, very, very first question, Karen. And I want you to be as sincere, as genuine, and as transparent as you possibly humanly can.
Okay.
What's your deepest fear?
Oh, my deepest fear. Wow. I don't know. That's a tough question. What's my deepest fear?
What's your deepest fear in this life, Karen? What's your deepest fear? And please don't say anything bossy or shallow, like your deepest fear is going broke or something. Like, let's expand our range beyond that. You're never going broke, so let's go beyond that. What's your deepest fear?
To be honest, I don't have much, but so it's not going to be like so deep like what you would expect. But
I don't expect anything.
I think I'm in like a phase of like rediscovery and trying to find myself again or like stay a little bit the same. I don't know, right? So I think my deepest fear will be like just choosing the wrong path. I feel like I'm just at a stage in my life now. Like, I'm still young, but like I'm about to turn 26 next week. And it's like I'm just at the point where it's like, okay, I got to be more like intentional about how I navigate my life because I don't want to have too much regrets. But then
Do you have any departments specifically, or is it just in general?
No, just in general, to be honest. I seen this post on TikTok the other day, and it was like, everyone's going to regret something. So in life, you have to choose your regrets, right? So if you decide to get married and have kids, you're going to regret having kids and getting married. If you don't get married and have kids, you're going to regret not doing that. You're going to regret not doing this. So you have to choose a regret that you can actually live with, right? So I just feel like I'm just kind of at this point in my life where I'm just like, okay, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, what am I actually even doing here? And it's like, what am I going to do that's going to bring me the most fulfillment out of life? And
I love that.
Yeah.
And do you have any answers so far, or is this like a recent
No, I don't.
thought?
I don't. It's actually very recent. I don't have any answers, but what I've been doing is just getting back to, I'm always on and off with like my character development and just trying to work on myself, trying to eat healthy, go to the gym, focus on my businesses. Like I'm very like and off.
Okay, no. You're very on and off. Go ahead.
So like, I just feel like so far as I really stay consistent with those things, like I'll see where everything else fits in, you know? Like I'm not really like, I'm just really relaxed right now. I'm not interested in like looking for anything. I'm just interested in like focusing on myself entirely.
Do you feel like anything even has to try to fit in once you're doing what you said like correctly? So when I say what you said, I'm referring to you focusing on your health, your mental health, your businesses, like just being consistent. Whenever you've experienced consistency in those departments, did anything else need to struggle to like fit in, or did life just kind of organize itself?
Life just kind of restructures itself. That's why I think like the best way to like curate your life is actually just pouring into yourself and focusing on yourself, and then everything else just kind of like blends right in instead of chasing things, right? Like when you're chasing things, that means it's running away from you. That means it's out of reach, right? But when you're in a flow state, then things are coming naturally to you. So kind of like that's just how I've been feeling lately. Like I'm just very interested in myself. I feel like I've spent a lot of my years, and I'm going back to like when I was younger, like all the relationships I've had with my friends, with boyfriends, like I'm always focusing on other people. Even when, and I'm super self-absorbed, so like people might think, how are you always focusing on other people? My mind, my energy, right? You can feel that. Like you can feel when you're energetically
your
focusing.
Sacrifices.
You can feel like you could feel when you're energetically like focusing on other things, right? So I've been just focusing on everything and everyone but myself, and I'm just kind of like tired of it. I'm not interested. I'm just.
Was there a particular breaking point? Or not specifically?
Not specific. Like I said, I'm just getting older, and I guess like they weren't lying when they said like your frontal lobe start to develop at 25. Like
Facts.
I don't know how true that is, but I've definitely been trying to look at life a little bit differently. I've definitely been reflecting on my mistakes and how they like interfere with the woman I'm trying to be right now, or how they interfere with my life right now. So yeah, I've just been in a very like introspective state lately.
Okay, that's amazing, man. I really love those answers. So tell me what life was like for you growing up. What was life like for you growing up? Whatever came to mind when I initially asked you the question, answer it from any angle you'd like. What was life like for you growing up?
I feel like I've always been like.
What stood out to you?
I was literally out with my friend yesterday, and we're just talking, and she was like, "You give such only child vibes. Like you're just such." I'm like, "That's so crazy."
Seriously?
Like. Yeah.
I literally have said that to you maybe 20,000
Well, so many people say that to me, right?
Yeah.
And I get why they say that, because like I've always been like so like alone, even surrounded, like I've just always been in my own world. Like I could be in a group full of 1,000 people and I just do not even know what everyone's talking about going on. I'm not even listening. Like I'll just be floating around. So that's pretty much like the epitome of my childhood, like just kind of like navigating life by myself. So like I feel like there's an advantage in that, because I've never really been cared to chase the crowd, and I've always done things that I wanted to do, which is why I feel like I've gotten to the place that I am now, because I've never been interested in like validation from people. Like I never been to a jam before when I was a kid. Like I had like a Uruguayan best friend when I was
to a jam, eh? You never went to one jam?
I never been to one jam.
That's
like
crazy.
I used to just think, and even still, like I don't even go to the clubs right now. So I used to think like, whoa, like where you guys are really like putting on your trues and your Jordans.
But you were going to the club though. You just stopped that like a year ago.
Barely.
Or 2 years ago.
That you can ask anyone. I barely go to the club if it's someone's birthday or that kind of vibe.
Restaurants and lounges and
those
like kind of stuff.
And nothing wrong with the club. I'm not trying to act better than it's just not my vibe.
No, I'm just. Come on.
So like I've just been.
Bro, stop being a pussy, bro. You don't need that disclaimer. Keep going.
But for real though, like it's just not my. I just be like, once I get there, and I just be looking at everyone, because I be lit too. Obviously, I'm gonna go to the club. You just be lit, and I just see everyone having fun. I'm like, holy, like we're just so much of degenerates. Like,
but let me bring you back to what it was like growing up, where you didn't go to jams, you were a loner, you were in your head, you were on a streamline of thoughts, and I kind of took you away from that. Let's go back to that.
So like I've always like, when I was younger, I was I got a little bit popular on social media. So through that, I was like, okay. That's when I discovered, okay, I kind of want to like figure out a way to like make money just being seen, right?
You think that brought you hate?
A lot of people didn't understand my confidence because I guess I didn't look.
They didn't feel like you deserved it. You didn't have a reason.
Yeah. Like maybe I wasn't pretty enough for them. And you know what? I'm looking back when my memories come up on Snapchat. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, fuck. I didn't know I looked like that. I thought I looked like this right now. Shit. I'm like, okay. I see why people are like.
You don't even know how bad I relate to what you're saying. Not from the looks perspective, but just from the angle of like being confident past like where your life actually is and people not understanding your audacity.
Yeah, and I used to just come on social media. I'll just post. Like I was like, I sell products, right? So anything that would catch my eye where I felt like I liked, I would just sell it. And that's been pretty consistent now. Like I'm just that's why whenever I sell things, people buy it because it's things that I can personally attest to. I was never like, oh, let me just start a business and just doing anything. It was like, okay, I generally see something, I like it, and then I started to sell it. And yeah,
you built a social media following when you were young. I took you offline again. You built your social media a social media following when you were young, and I asked you if it came with hate, and you said people just didn't understand your confidence. Let's go from there. So people didn't understand your confidence. People didn't understand why all that fame was happening, why bare people were following you off social media. You feel like that was a heavy base of like your growing up, like that element played a role in like your social dynamics?
It's so crazy because this is the type of shit I be talking about when I say I literally be in my own world. Because like I would have like, let's say I had like 10,000 followers. It hasn't really grown much since then. I didn't like, people thought like I felt so elite because I had 10K followers and I thought I was this. I didn't even give a fuck like at all. Like I'm just like, I'm just there. Like still don't give a fuck. Because if I really wanted to like
really try
yeah, like I don't even know how to like curate like videos, edit videos like that. I'm not even trying for real. Like I don't put no effort into these things, right? So it's like a lot of people just automatically assume that like I just thought so highly of myself and I think I'm all that, and it's like, bro, I don't even be knowing what's going on. But obviously like a lot of the people that were following me and stuff were not predominantly from Canada, right? Obviously there was a good amount from Canada, but majority was like from the States and stuff like that. So yeah, like people would just think like I just think I'm like all that, and it was just like, okay. So you'd go out and then people were like deliberately trying to act like they don't see you, deliberately trying to act like you're not important. And I could be making that up.
No, you're not.
But I read people's body languages. I know when when you go see someone outside, you buck them and you're trying to act like you don't see them, like people do that. I do it too sometimes, depending. And it's like, I got that a lot. So I think that's like my version of people didn't like it or whatever the case may be. I didn't really care though. Like, to be honest, I just never really cared.
And I guess that kind of ties into my next question, where I was going to say if that experience hurt you, if you feel the experience hurt you growing up, or do you think it ultimately doesn't matter because you're happy with who you are today?
Did it hurt me growing up? At the end of the day, like I had certain insecurities already, but they were never any insecurities that I needed anyone to tell me anyways.
Right.
So it was kind of like, bro, I'm gonna have my same insecurities. Like you guys are not gonna create some new insecurities for me. Like the insecurities that I have are the insecurities that I have. You can talk about it, but it's like it's not you that's making me sad about it or anything like that.
Like you want to fix it on your own, or you want to do something about it on your own. What were some of those insecurities, if you don't mind me asking? Like growing up, like with where your head was at that time, like whatever you're thinking.
Well, it was more physical. Like when you're a kid, you don't really care about anything, right? So I used to have like really bad under eye bags. So like I would always like wear glasses all the time.
It's hilarious. How many times have I told you that I had no idea that shit even, and this is how I know I'm so got to, and I live in my own world as well too, which is probably why we're able to be friends. But like, it's like, I never knew that shit existed until you physically showed me a before and after picture, fam, on God.
I would have like, I used to hate it so much, and I would literally never, ever, ever take them off unless I had to, like at school and stuff. And like, that's like the one thing that like people would like when we were younger, kids are bullies. Like if they want to say something, they would say that. And like, obviously.
Oh, so people used to say that to you.
Remember around those times, like Instagram was deadly. Like they'll post your photos and be like, oh, this girl's a catfish, or they'll say like this girl's ugly.
Well, that's how that was you guys' generation, like
yeah. So like I think it was like 2014, 2015. So like the kids were definitely ruthless. So every time like those stupid games.
That's why you didn't want to hang out with your friends and you want to come to my gym and hang out with me.
No. I just didn't have friends. I actually didn't have friends. Like I was in Madonna by myself. So it's like just whenever when you see those posts coming up, like send me a person, or just like, oh my God, I hope they don't post me today. Like,
wow.
But it just kind of like embarrassing in a way. You just feel embarrassed, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like it is what it is.
How does one find themselves in that kind of terrain?
You have to acknowledge your insecurities, right? You don't pretend like they don't exist. So once I decided, okay, this is something that's bothering me, because like at the end of the day, like now someone could say you have a big nose. I do have a big nose, but I think I'm beautiful. Or someone could say, oh, you're this or you're that, but it's not gonna have an effect on me. So once someone can call something out and I know that I don't like it, for me personally, it's not about them. I just can recognize that, okay, this is something that I wanna fix.
Where do you think you found such a strong, like a hybrid mentality like that from? Like where do you think that came from?
I just want to be free, like, and I know like certain things don't make me feel free. Like if I feel like I have an insecurity that's holding me back, like do I want to friggin' wear glasses every single day? Like I want to show my face. I like my face.
Right, but where did you yearn for that freedom where you were able to build the defense mechanism of saying, so far as I can acknowledge something I don't like, then you don't have the power to use it against me? Like, how did you even align that thought at such a young age?
I didn't. In my mind, it was just like, okay, I have something wrong. I'm going to fix it. So that's when I started saving money. Like I got a job at the hair store, right? So mind you, the procedure I got is called a blepharoplasty, right?
A blepharoplasty?
Blepharoplasty.
I don't think I've ever asked you the name before.
Yeah, it's a blepharoplasty. So I got a lower blepharoplasty. Blephro, BLEPHO.
Blepharoplasty. Yeah.
So that procedure was $5,600 at the time, that the one that I got, right? So mind you, I'm 18 years old now, and I need to find a way to make $5,600, right?
Because you knew you were gonna do that procedure no matter what.
Because I need that. So I ended up getting a job at BSW. And that's minimum wage, like, and I'm like working, like I don't have that many hours and stuff.
Your only goal in mind is to get this $5,600.
I just need 6 bands right now so I can get this surgery. So I started selling hair back then, you know. He got fired for that, so I could talk about it. But one of the managers at the BSW at the time, like he was crooked, right? So like he would bless the girls on the low, like he'll just like give you some hair, like he'll just give me 50% off. So like he would give us hair and stuff. So like I would get hair for like 50% off, and then I would make wigs, and then we're already at the hair store, so everyone's already looking for something. They're like, hey, do you know anyone that can make a wig? I'm like, I can't. I learned how to make wigs for that. All the girls there like knew how to do hair, knew how to make wigs. So I'm like, okay, I need to learn how to make wigs. And obviously I wasn't the best, but I wasn't charging as much as they were. I would be charging like $40. And I was doing makeup too at one point.
I remember that.
When I made my 6 bands, I got my blepharoplasty, and I got a little, my vibe changed again. Like had a new vibe. I started posting again. That's when I created my skincare business, and I felt comfortable
to promote it, because you need your face
to put my face out there. Because before I used to hide my face, always wearing glasses. So then I started my skincare business, Sora Beauty, and I feel like at that time, especially at my age, it was doing pretty well. Like, you know, I'm 18 years old, like making like $4K a month. That was great for me because I'm not really doing anything. Like, and then I also got my vending machine around those times. I saved up for that. That was like $5,000. I got a vending machine for my skincare business. But changing my looks and improving my looks, I knew that, okay, that's something that brings me a lot of joy. Like I need to keep investing in my looks, like whatever that means. So like I did it in the ways I could with what I had. Like, you know, I wasn't like trying too much. I bought myself a little tiny Gucci bag. Like I was trying my thing, you know, I was trying to feel good about myself. And
so that was the stem of where that mentality came from, which is like, you understood that feeling good about yourself is the ultimate answer. So whatever it takes.
Yeah, and mind you, remember, I also had like followers too, right? So like they were giving me certain confidence, like when they'd be like, no, she's so pretty, like she's such a pretty like dark skinned girl, and then there's people from my city like, she's catfish, she's this. I'm like, okay, maybe there's some, they see something. What do they see?
You have no idea how much I resonate with that, fam.
They see something.
You have no idea how much I resonate with that. You have no idea how much I resonate with that, fam. Like, people around you could make you feel something about yourself where you genuinely feel like much less than you should be feeling about yourself. But the purest litany test of character is when you go in the midst of strangers. However, strangers who have no emotional ties to you assess you, that is a very strong indication of what's genuinely inside of you. And or even outside of you.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, when people have no bias or they have no reason to make you feel small because they think you feel yourself too much. Like, I remember in elementary school, like, girls used to go out of their way to try to dun me because I just thought I was the fam. So stupid, so delusional. But ask anyone I went to elementary school, and I'm literally putting this on the pod because I know what I exuded. Like, just arrogant and ignorant. Like, I thought I was this Nana today. And I still don't even think I've arrived at where my brain believes I am. At all. And so it's like, just imagine, because imagine how, like, whatever little climb we've made in the last few years, imagine what that's like doing to the broad masses that don't know who I am and just have like far proximity to me, right? And now imagine how much more distance there is left. Because even this little leap is causing whatever it's causing. Imagine where, my point I'm getting at is that the purest validation, critique, or assessment of one's character is best served from people you don't know rather than people you do know, because people you do know have personal agendas when it comes to you.
Yeah, and honestly, I just decided really early, oh shit, like, people just be hating. Like, they're just haters. And even though I could look back in retrospect and see like myself at a certain age and think, okay, I could see why people thought like I didn't deserve to be me, or like, why am I so confident? I get it. But that just goes to show like I'm just so delusional and I'm so excited about life. And even like my best friend at the time, I'm not going to say her name, but it's like I would just see her just looking at me like,
who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah, and I'm not allowed to like act the way I'm supposed to act, you know?
Yes.
Like, a lot of people act like you need their permission to be you or something.
Yes.
That's why I've never really had a lot of friends, because like I don't ask for permission to be me. Like,
and that's why I'm losing a lot of friends, because the minute you no longer ask for permission to be you, some connections have to disconnect. Because their only existence around you has always been when you were seeking permission, as opposed to being the dictator of self.
And you just being small, right? Like, you know, if you have to be around people where you feel like you need to diminish your presence, you need to diminish yourself in order to be able to be around them, then those are not the types of people that you need to be surrounding yourself by. And it's like, I learned very quickly, like, oh, okay, I'm not interested in having no friends unless they make me feel like me. And that's why I can line up all of my friends here, and you might be confused because I'm looking for this, right? And I say this all the time, and I've been saying it a lot lately, like, you either wish me well or you don't. Anything in between, you're not my friend. Obviously, you're not my friend if you don't wish me well. So it's like, I'm not picky. I'll be friends with anyone so far as you wish me well and you mean it. And that's it. And then obviously if our personalities align, because like,
course. Whether it's whether it's you're in alignment by character or by goals or by aspirations or just
honestly
lifestyle.
Just authenticity. I feel like a lot of people now, they're just performing, like even when they're by themselves. Like they're performing something, like they decided, okay, this is the character I want to play, because now we're on social media now, right? And everyone thinks there's one prototype of a woman and there's one or two prototypes of men, one or two prototypes of women. So it's like, okay, how can I be this woman? So it's like, like everyone's just acting the part. So when I get around girls and they're too, okay, clock it, and too like, just like not I just feel like
you have no character. You're like an Instagram meme.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, like I don't want to do this all day. Like, so we go get fufu, like.
So generally, I completely understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I would play devil's advocate and argue with you that some level of like acting is required. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. Like I said, I was acting like this nana way before anybody felt I deserved it, and did it cause a lot of friction and
is that acting though at that point?
It's you can only confirm it's not acting once you've manifested what's within you. Until the date of arrival comes, which will be in one of my later questions down the line. But until the date of arrival comes, you can't say it's not acting.
You know what? I was actually looking into the other day. I think I even posted it on my Snap the other day. And the most successful people have alter egos that they tap in. Right? So when I can think about to like when I was a kid, I was just so whimsy, like such a diva. Like my alter ego is just such a diva, and I feel her come in certain places. Like when I go shopping, she comes out. When I go on vacation, she comes out. So it's like, okay, I know that I need to keep doing more of the things that bring this thing out, and I don't need to understand where it's gonna bring me. I just need to keep tapping into it, you know?
I agree.
And before I really started to like make money that like can make me do things that like I want to do, just live freely, like I was really tapping into like I'm an it girl, like I'm all that, like I was really tapping into. I wasn't asking anyone for it. I'm not going around saying that's just how I felt, like you know, I was getting money, I was traveling, I had a man at the time, he was super obsessed with me, like also validated me even more. I was just feeling like so on top of the world.
Everything was working around you.
I just felt on top of the world, and that energy, like, you know, people understood like energy force and how to siphon energy from things. I relished in that so bad. And the guy that I was talking to at the time, I could just feel like she was just like, fuck, like this bitch is like losing it. Like
she's going off the rails.
She's going off the rails. Like she just it
was too much of a paradox. It was, he never met you as this version of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's too uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I physically, not to make the moment about me, we're still in your interview, but I physically can't imagine any of my exes redating me. It's too awkward.
Yeah, like
even any girl that I tried to holla at in the past, I realized like there's just a disconnect.
Yeah.
It's a demon or my ego or whatever it is, but something in me just feels that I'm better than everything that was ever behind me. Like I don't mean to be too like arrogant or something. Like
you can say that though, it's facts.
But it's just genuinely.
That's the point.
I find myself constantly feeling a disconnect with a lot of things in my past, because I just feel that my spiritual frequency and everything about me as a man and what makes me tick and what makes me the happiest is ultimately way above that. And whenever I do entertain my past, it's only to fulfill my own personal ego.
And based off of like their journeys and where they're at in their lives, they can probably say the exact same things about you, because this thing is not material, right? This thing is spiritual. Yes, so it's like if I feel like I'm above this situation, or I'm above whatever part of me that resonated with this individual, then I'm above it. Like a lot of the people that I talk to, I'm just like that's as I'm beginning to evolve, I'm just like, oh my God, like I can't believe certain people can say they have access to me. But that's why for me, it's like it's imperative that my growth is exponential. So it's like it erases all of that. It's like you could just live off of like 20-year-old, 21, 22-year-old Karen all you want. Like like I'm looking at myself on these TikToks or on these old snaps. I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is the Karen that they can say they talk to, but like that's it. That's it.
I love that caveat. I love that caveat that you gave. Going on to the next question, I want you to give me a highlight that you feel was the moment you knew you arrived. I told you that was going to be a question coming up next. But I feel like I'm like a fucking natural at this shit. Am I sounding like an interviewer? Am I sounding like something you'd watch on YouTube?
Yeah, you do.
I'm excited for our first couple of interviews. I'm excited. You're getting me excited for like season 2 that we're about to come up with. Yeah, I like the way you're answering the questions. We're really vibing and gravitating off each other.
When did I know I made it?
Yes.
I would say it was my...
So you're gonna answer it in a second, but then I want you to also give us a low light where you felt like nothing.
Okay.
So give me the highlight.
Should I do the highlight first?
Of course.
Okay.
Or maybe let's do the low light first so that we can end on a positive note.
Yeah,
so
let's
give
end
me
on
a
a
low
positive
light
note.
where you felt like nothing, and then give me a highlight moment where you knew you've arrived.
I would say like the lowest time of my life was around the time that I had just came out of a breakup, and then me and you stopped being friends because, you know, when I was younger, you would tell me a lot of things, and then I would go back and tell my friends, and then like you were just like, bro, this
you're a real nigga for just saying what you just said out loud.
And you were just like, you know what, like I can't be friends with this kid, like you know, and it was like for me, like I have really strong bonds with my friends, and Nana, you know, you mean the world to me. From time, you've always meant the world to me, and even as like a 15-year-old girl going to your gym and stuff, like I really did feel like I had a mentor, I had a big bro, so like that just happened really fast, and you were just very like firm on like, bro, I just don't want nothing to do with you. So I had already just came out of a relationship, and I felt really small in that relationship, especially like how it ended. I felt super disrespected. At the end of the day, I feel like I didn't make the best choices. I was being a stupid little kid. That was inevitable. That breakup was inevitable. That wasn't even like the worst part for me, honestly, if I'm being honest, you know, but I just always wanted to have someone. And, you know, you were like my person at the time. And then I also stopped being friends with another girl. She was also like one of my best friends at the time. And then I wasn't working at the time. My business is slowed down. Like I was just like, okay, I have nothing. I was losing weight. I looked like shit, felt like shit. Like I just didn't know what to do, who to talk to. And it's like, I'm just the type of person where I'm just not very empathetic towards others. Honestly, I'll be honest. Like I don't really know how to like be empathetic. Like, so when I go through things, I'm not the type to pour my problems onto others, because I just be thinking like, who cares? Like, you know, like just go fix this shit. So that was like the lowest part of like my life. I'm just like, okay, what am I doing? Like, where am I going? Like, I just don't know. I don't know. I was still so young. And
do you feel like you needed that period of your life?
For sure. Cause I get mad. Like when I'm going through stuff, at first, like I'm just going through it. But then I get pissed off. Like I'm very like how dare you not want to be my friend? Like how dare you this? Like how dare you want to do this to me? So like I use a lot of like anger. Like I alchemize my anger and my pain to like succeed in life and to push me forward. So that was actually the beginning of this period. I probably was like 22 years old. And I'm like, okay, I need a job right now. I got a job at Dave & Buster's. I was going super hard on like the tips and stuff. I started saving. I was saving like 8 to 10K a month.
Because the next time this guy sees me again, or anyone in that orbit sees me again,
I used to pray. I'm like, you know what, God, like obviously you know how I feel about Nana. I love him, and I love like the value he brings to my life. I love his insight, his perspective, and I would love to be his friend. And I was very comfortable at a certain point not being your friend anymore. I'm just so like, that's just my thing. I'm just like, but if he doesn't allow that, or that never happens, you're just not going to see me at the same place you left me. And that's like my motto forever. Like you're never going to leave me and see me stay at the same spot. So like I got a job, and then I got into this relationship with this guy. And this time I was kind of like trying to, be in a relationship a little bit different. So I chose someone that was very like invested in me, very obsessed.
As opposed to typically where you're overly invested in the thing.
Yeah, or like, you know, there was an imbalance in that relationship. And I could say that he definitely was more invested in me at the time. Now, did I do what I can to like make him feel loved as well? Yeah, sure. But I just had someone that was like investing in me. I'll say, oh, babe, like I need this. You'll get it done. Or babe, like, he'll bring me on trips and like he'll do this for me. So I was just in like a different space where like I was just very focused on me, and my life didn't change until I started focusing on me. Yeah.
No, I love that. So now give me the highlight.
So my highlight was my 23rd birthday. I've never really been the type to like overly care about my birthday.
So this is the moment where you knew you arrived.
Yeah, like, you know, my friends threw something for me. And I was like super drunk. That was like, we went to Mademoiselle. That was the first time I ever went to Mademoiselle. Like, oh my God, this is outside. Like, I'm outside right now. They threw me like a nice dinner. And then after the dinner, I was so drunk. And my boyfriend at the time, he got us like a hotel somewhere downtown, like one of those like really nice hotels. I can't remember.
Like Ritz or something.
Yeah, something like that. And we went to the hotel. And my phone was dead like the whole night. I woke up like 2 p.m. I was supposed to restock for one of my businesses that day, right? But I was so drunk. My phone was dead. I was panicking. Like those times, like my businesses was like just going crazy at the time. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I got in the taxi because both of our phones were dead, right? So we had to get a taxi. We got in a taxi. I got my phone to charge. I called JJ right away. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't. She's like, don't worry, fam. Like, we already knew your dumbass was gonna be drunk anyways. We posted it for you, right? I look at my phone. I made like $100,000 that day, and that was like the first time I made like 6 figures in a day, and I was just like, what the is life right now? Like, that's crazy.
Wow. And
Yeah.
So for you, that was the moment where you knew that you arrived, huh?
Yeah, I was just like, what the is going on? I didn't even see it happen. I just turned on my phone and they're like, just check, fam, we restocked. And I was like, oh my goodness.
So that which is an incredible story. But for me, just to chime in a little bit, because I'm like almost 8 years older than you, literally, I've had a couple of these, you know, like I've had the up and then kind of down and then up and then kind of down. So I can't really say I have a definitive moment of when I felt that I arrived. But what I will say, the moment when I felt it deep in my gut that I'm probably never going to be poor again was when I was able to comfortably be at Tokyo with you while money was still being made in Toronto.
And we were spending a lot of money. Like our hotels were like a K a week. I mean, a K a day.
You were on some next shit.
Yours was like $700, $800.
But the point that I'm getting at is, even though that was just in 2025, I don't think I had any moment ever prior to that in my life where I felt like, oh shit, I think I might have figured this game out.
This is why it's imperative, like, you know, to spend money on leaving the country. It literally just opens up your mind, like, and you have to, like, and I always say, like, you actually have to think, like, why would they put borders around all these countries? Like, why do you need a visa to go here? Why is it so, like, you can't go here without permission? Like, they do not want people to expand their minds and to just be optimistic about life. And my life honestly didn't change until I started seeing the sun. And, like, even, like, this is a scientific fact. Like, the happiest people are in the poorest countries. Why? They're just closer to the equator and they're seeing sun all day,
Vitamin
right?
D.
So it's like, you just really gotta, like, go absorb life, go absorb the sun, like, go lay by the beach. I swear, like, it's really good for your mental.
No, I love that. It's true. You're right. You're absolutely right. So rolling off the question of your highlight and you talking about the moment where you knew you arrived, Karen, are you a millionaire?
Huh?
Are you a millionaire? Are you gonna plead the fifth on that question? Listen.
You know what they say, right?
What?
When they say your net worth, right? They're saying all your assets
Yeah.
I'll say this, what I will say.
Yeah.
My net worth is definitely
Is that of a millionaire.
Is that of a millionaire. I won't
Yeah.
say too much though. But
Okay. Well, I mean, they do say that if you know how much money you have, you don't have enough money. So
Yeah.
I guess you're already practicing the right habits. We'll leave that question alone. We'll move on to something else. What are some short-term goals you have in mind, like for the next 6 months? Like, give me 1 or 2 short-term goals that you feel comfortable sharing that you have in mind. It could be related to business. It could be related to fitness. It could be trying to, like, you see how we're trying to get the meal prep thing going. I actually have to meet the chef as soon as this thing is done. So, like, just anything you want to dive deeper into fashion so you could come crazier when we start season 2. You want to have another business in mind you're thinking of starting, a financial goal, whatever. Give me anything from any angle.
Well, I don't actually really, I don't really have actual goals. Like right now, I've just been like trying to like wake up early,
I
just
love that.
stay healthy, like eat cleaner.
I love that.
Try to be more consistent with the gym. Try to be more, hold my employees more accountable, hold myself more accountable with my businesses, right? Because I've just realized that like when I'm slacking off, they're slacking off and they don't feel the weight of like my presence, because it's like, why do you feel like you could just tell us what to do and you're not really
you don't do shit.
You don't do shit. So it's like I've just been holding myself more accountable so that I can hold others more accountable. I think that's like actually the best way to be a leader and to set an example is by doing what you want other people to do, not by being no dictator and saying get up and do this. You just kind of like just set an example, right? So I'm just trying to like set an example. I'm just trying to be someone that like I'm proud of, because right now I just don't know like how fully proud of myself I am. Like, and I have an amazing life, honestly. I really do. I'm really grateful to be me. But I just feel like, you know, I'm definitely selling myself short in certain areas. And I'm just trying to fix that. And it's not going to happen overnight, but just the little things. And I'm grateful for being able to like have every day to like make little adjustments day in, day out.
I love that. I would say though that don't conflate the journey of progress and having work to do with not being proud of yourself in any way, shape, or form. Because fam, if majority of women were operating on the time that you're operating on, not just financially, but the burning desire to elevate yourself characteristically and mentally, even just the burning desire, if majority of women were operating on that level, the world right now in big 2026 would be a much better place.
Yeah.
I don't say that just to turn you up. I say that to genuinely say like we need to learn to like not get too caught up in the entanglement of humility that we forget to be realistic about what we really are. You know, like the same way you gave me permission to say that I just feel like I'm better than my past now, it felt awkward to me a little bit. I'm still not fully comfortable with the man that I'm becoming, even though I always felt like this is who I was supposed to be. It's one thing to feel the way about yourself. It's another thing to actually get there and have to navigate the emotions that come with it. Learning how to not have grudges and being kind to people that don't deserve your kindness. Learning how to not step on people who you know would have stepped on you if they had your opportunity. You know, just all those things. Like it's very, very, very difficult to find the balance of that. But with all that being said, give yourself like your flowers and the credit for having the ability to always desire to want a better version of yourself. And no matter how many setbacks you take, no matter how many incline steps you take, no matter what it looks like, just having the desire to be a better version of yourself, that's a very good thing. I'm going to take you to the next question. What's your love life like? Does anyone have your attention? Are you dating? And then I was just gonna add that we don't really talk about these things anymore. So
those times are through. Like I be hiding. I'm just talking to myself.
Well, I will say not just not just you hiding, whatever, but we're just kind of in the same orbit, like for real now. Like it's not that like little kid hanging onto her older brother's leg or something. Like we're in the same orbit now. You're a grown ass woman, like you mingle with the same people that I mingle with,
more or less.
And so it's awkward now. Like it's not just a side story
I'm just growing, like bro, like it's like it's not gonna be like when I'm 17 or 18 and I just lost my virginity. I'm like, oh my god, look at it. That's what it feels like.
Yo, chill.
You know what? Honestly, I'm so uninterested with relationships right now. I'm very uninterested. I just don't see myself being in anything productive until I'm in a state where I feel my best. And I just don't want to be distracted. And I used to use men as a distraction a lot. So it's like I'm just not really interested in distractions. Like even when I go shopping these days, it's like it don't even do it for me. It's like, yeah, I could buy this stupid like top and this dress, and it's like, but it's like I just have bigger dreams, bigger aspirations, and like the things that used to excite me don't excite me anymore. So like I said, like I'm very, very interested in myself, and wherever someone fits in, I'll let them. I'm not opposed to being with a man. Like I love love. I love being in love. I love being up under a man. Like I love being cared for. But it's not something I'm like super focused on or anything like that. Honestly, like I just don't care right now. If I'm being honest,
I feel you.
Yeah.
Tell us the value of self-belief on the climb to success. The value of self-belief on the climb to success.
It's everything, right? That's why everyone will tell you, every rich person will say, you believe in yourself, believe in yourself, believe in yourself. It's imperative, and it's very deep. And I feel like what makes it hard for people to believe in, okay, how does one believe in themselves, right? Because
great question.
that's really difficult if you have things that hold you back. And what's that holds you back? It's shame and it's fear.
Right.
So in order to believe in yourself, you need to eradicate these two elements. You need to get rid of shame and get rid of fear. How do you get rid of it? You run to it. So the things that bring you shame, you own it and you accept it. The things that you fear, you run towards it, because once you conquer the things that you're ashamed of and you fear, that's when freedom arises. And when freedom arises, self-belief comes, right? And self-belief is imperative and fundamental to like success. So like, what was I gonna say? I was seeing this TikTok. What did it say? It was just TikTok.
Self-belief.
Shame, fear.
Shame.
Yeah, shame is what holds a lot of people back, and like that's
From being successful.
Yeah, because you're too focused on what everyone else is thinking, how everyone else is perceiving you. And if you stay in that space, you're not living for you, you're living for someone else. And the moment you're living for someone else, how can you become the best version of yourself? I always tell people, like, you need to lock into you, like whatever you is. You shouldn't, like, look at people like Drewski, look at people like Kevin Hart, look at people like Lizzo. Lizzo owns her big body. Drewski just owns everything about him. It's not about being perfect. It's about owning who you are. And it's like, how do you do that? You do it. Like I said, like, people were saying I'm catfish. People were saying I was ugly. People saying I'm this and I'm that. But I was still putting myself out there. I was still doing it because I felt like it. Now everyone's path is different, but whatever you feel like doing, do it.
Facts.
Look at even like, sorry to be like explicit, but even look at like the escorts that are winning, right? It's not the shy ones that try to act like they're not doing nothing that's getting money.
Wow, fam, I swear to God, me and JR were just talking about this.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this a couple days ago, but go on.
Look at Cardi B. She's crazy. She's nuts. She's all of that. But she's just like, yeah, I'm a hoe. And what? Now what? Now didn't she win a Grammy?
Yes.
Nicki Minaj didn't even win a Grammy. Like, she's just...
Yeah, but that's some politics. But I super
doesn't
understand
matter,
your point.
because you attract the... reality will bend for you.
I overly understand your point.
Yeah, so it's like, just be you and own it and not care about what people think. Do people make it hard to be yourself? Absolutely. But that's what separates the people that become something and the people that don't. The people that stay scared and the people that don't let people hold them down. Do not let people hold you down, because so far as you are weighed down by people's opinions, their criticisms and all that, you're never going to escape and you're always going to stay stuck. But the moment you say, I don't even give a fuck, like, who are these people to me? Why do I even care? How are they actually going to contribute to my life? You come to the realization, what's the point of all of this shit? Why do I even care? They're not dying with you.
Give me one major thing that one can do to further strengthen the ability to think that way. One major thing.
Improve your mind, get smarter, collect more information, if that's what you're into. But I would say the main thing is...
Everybody should be into that.
I would say your main thing is improving your looks. Like, it sounds superficial, but like, you need to look and appreciate the person that you see in the mirror every day. Like, you need to look at that person and say, oh, I'm glad that I'm me. Like, I wouldn't want to be anyone else. Like,
and not to cut you off, I'm so sorry. Please try and hold your thought for me. I think it does a combination of two things. One, it affirms something to you. And two, it scratches the itch of that public and like external human validation that we all want, need, and crave one way or another, whether we like it or not. Go on, though.
It also reaffirms that you can get better. And once your brain understands that it's possible to get better, you're always going to want to get better. Like, you need to look at people that are big, for example, right? When they post their before and after photos, it's like a new spark in their eye once the weight sheds off, like their aura changes, right? So it's like, do your hair more often. If you're overweight, go lose some weight. If you're a little bit too small, like, put on some weight, go to the gym, like just make yourself presentable, because at the end of the day, like your aura is magnetic, right? And like when you see yourself being received by people in a positive way, that energy comes right back into you, and it makes you want to crave it more. You're gonna keep doing things to attract it, even if it's just wearing a really nice perfume and everyone's like, you smell so good, like, you know. So it's like, just do things that uplift your spirit. Like, that's what I would say.
Nah, I mess with that. I agree with that a lot. Second last question, and then we'll check out of here. You're doing amazing. Well, this was supposed to be the last question, but I had a bonus question in there that I really want to ask you as well. Second last question. Guys, thank you so much if you're still here, you're still tuned in. As you can see, Karen has a lot on her mind. She has a lot to say, and we're going to keep this beautiful interview going until we check out. What was the main trait about the man that you loved the most that made his love so meaningful to you? What was the main trait about the man that you loved the most that made, or loved, like, you're not in a relationship, so loved in the past, the most, that made his love so meaningful to you?
He was very committed to himself and committed to his ambitions and his goals, and that's very attractive, and that should that should reinforce the idea of why it's so important for everyone to focus on themselves, because that is what's the most attractive thing in another person. Someone that's so unapologetically them, someone that's committed to their growth, someone that wants to win, someone that's just confident, charismatic, and just like optimistic about life, you know. And it's like, that's what, that being around someone like that would just brings you hope. First, you don't even know what the hope is for, but they're just like a breath of fresh air. You just feel like everything's gonna be okay when you're around somebody like that, you know.
Why didn't you guys work out, if you don't mind me asking?
Wrong time, I guess. Wrong time.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a great answer.
It's a true one.
Well, I mean, I believe you.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a bit cliche and like a bit
it's
like
cliche,
vague.
But
no, I swear I believe you.
That's the short words of saying, like, we also have like our issues, right?
On God, I believe you.
Yeah. Like, there's obviously positives and negatives to every relationship.
You don't even have to deeply and further elaborate.
Yeah.
I super believe you.
Yeah.
Bonus question, and then we'll check out of here. What's one thing in this world you'd give all this up for? What's one thing in this world
I don't have anything
you'd give all this up for?
I don't have anything that I would give it up for.
Find one.
I don't have one.
You've got to make up one thing.
I don't have one.
You wouldn't do it for your mother. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it for your father. You wouldn't do it for your children.
I don't have children.
I know you don't have children.
So I'm not going to speak on my hypothetical children, though,
okay.
Right?
Are you going to have children
I'm not
one
sure.
day?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. I just don't know. I don't have an answer for you.
Karen, you're going to have at least one child in your life before
I don't know.
You die.
And even if I will, I don't understand what it's like to be a mother. I don't know how enthusiastic I'm going to be about that experience, depending on who I have a kid with, how I navigate that situation. I don't have anything right now that I'd give up.
So as it stands right now, there's nothing in the world that you would give up everything for. Excellent.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, Karen Panford, Big V, Nana Valentine, we appreciate you guys so much for staying locked in with us. This is going to be the 37th episode. By the time you guys see it, we'll be 37 weeks deep. We could not have done it without you guys. I mean, this is definitely not a goodbye, but obviously you can see by the structure of the episode that we definitely went into a different spot. I really wanted you guys to get the last bang on like a very high positive clip. I feel like Karen has a lot to offer. The comments have indicated that I do more talking than she does, so I wanted to make sure that today was fully dedicated to her voice, her mind, her perspective. I chimed in where I felt I fit in, and we just leave the rest to what it is. Guys, we will be back. We will be better. It'll still be on Mondays at 7 p.m. We dropped on Tuesday last week's episode. Don't give up on us. Stay locked in with us. We heard you guys. We feel you guys. We'll get better for you guys. We'll diversify our topics more. We'll try our best to step outside the parameters of relationships and start talking about like social issues and whatever other else you guys want. When we go on Insta Live and things of that nature, because we're going to start going on live and doing like Q&As where you could either type the question and we answer it and keep the engagement going that way, or we could invite people to join the live and they can ask it visually. You know, the interviews, you know, we got a couple people lined up that we aspire to get, you know, the interview shot and done with them soon so we can start releasing that to you as well. But this season is going to be really, the season coming up is going to be really fun. We're really going to show you guys the progress that we've made and just how much that we're really growing. And sometimes it's hard to synthesize these things unless it's sort of caricatured for you. It's got to sort of be, you have to have a contrast. You have to see the pictures being contrasted side by side before you can really see the growth that's being made, right? So for now, you guys have gotten a bit used to us. Take a break, breathe, go support another podcast if you feel like it. Show some love to other podcasters. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I hope the subscribers keep going up. Even we're so close to that 1K, but we don't want to give you guys garbage content chasing numbers. We do not want to give you garbage content chasing numbers. We could have literally waited till we got the 1K subs first and then took a break or whatever the hell it was. But we ultimately decided we want to give you guys the best version of ourselves. Karen's going on a trip for her birthday that's coming up. By the time we drop this episode, her birthday would have probably just came up, or it's going to be the week.
I think it's going to be the same day.
It might be the exact same day that the episode drops.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, guys,
say happy birthday to Karen.
Say happy birthday to Karen in the comments, guys, because it looks like today's her birthday. Correct?
Yes.
The day that it drops on the Monday. The Monday is the 14th, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Guys, thank you guys so much. Karen, thank you so much for allowing yourself to be vulnerable and answering these questions in the way that you did. OTM could not be possible without you, of course.
Thanks for being a good interviewer.
I appreciate that.
Interviewer, interviewee?
Interviewer, interviewee. Nice. But once we get to the rollout, it's going to be interviewer, interviewees.
Got it. I'm excited.
All right, Karen?
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Love to the max. We'll see you in August.
Bye.
What's up, OTM family? What's going on, man?